So I dabbled with a lot of startup ideas. So I was not very focused like Sandeep. I was kind of literally running multiple ideas, kind of trying to do different things, and kind of even when we started.
So welcome to another episode of our Micronetbd podcast. And today we have a very special guest, flew all the way from India. You guys saw us in our multiple other previous podcasts, who we are. Still, we would like to introduce ourselves. So I would like to tell our CEO from Micronetbd, Mr. George, to introduce ourselves again.
Thank you, Thasin. I'm George, CEO of Micronet, and welcome to Micronet, Nitin and Sandeep.
Thank you, Tehseen, and thank you, George.
What is SMS Magic, Nitin?
So we are all about conversations on messaging. So just like you receive text messaging on your phone, you receive WhatsApp messaging. How about if you can reply, and that too with a service provider like your doctor, your lawyer, your dentist, your real estate person. So we power those conversations. We give these businesses a phone, a verified number, and then power that with chatbots and kind of all that automation and enable their agents. So that's what we do.
Awesome. So, and how did you come up with the idea? Like any inspiration?
Yeah, inspiration was kind of use the mobile. Mobile was the inspiration. Kind of that's the right channel to kind of message and we started almost 15 years back, and then kind of text messaging was hot in our country. And it was an old school method, but now everybody is texting, right? Even if you are on LinkedIn, you are texting. You are doing a LinkedIn message. Even if you are on Instagram, you want to connect to somebody, you are texting. Yeah.
So is it you who came up with the idea and a man behind SMS Magic? Or?
Yeah, like tell us like a little bit about
yourself.
Side of the story. Like you're yes, it's a good idea, but tell us like how did you get into it? How did you come up with the company? Tell us about your personal story behind it.
Also, why did you name it SMS Magic? That's another question.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. So this is my second venture. I started with doing different things. So dabbled with a lot of ideas and hit the right idea with Sandeep, my co-founder. So we together kind of originated this, and kind of that was while looking at the market around us, tried with different things. We have worked with carriers in India. Yeah. So Sandy is kind of the co-creator. Kind of things started kind of moving once we hit the right business model, once we hit the right market.
Awesome. So Sandy, you just called him, right?
Yeah.
It's the short version of Sandeep. So would you mind if I call you Sandy as well?
Sure.
So Sandy, so just, tell us something about your side as well. Like, Nitin just gave his side. So you have whatever you have from your side behind this SMS Magic.
Sure, Tahseen. So what happened, 2008 crash was something which woke me up, because I think we were working on a startup. So overall idea was to do everything on email, run your business on email. And that overall startup failed. And then I have to see what we have to do next. And one of the things which I realized that if I have to build anything, I need to build with some business systems like CRM or some cloud system. And at that time, Nitin was looking at SMS, and I was looking at how the enterprise system and SMS can work together. And so we met, although we worked together, we were together in the college, but we just got together one fine day because the ideas met each other. Yeah.
Nice. So, and then was it like in college, like after college, you went straight into the business, or what did you do after college?
No, I did a job. I'm comp science guy. So I got into the job with trying to build something, software, technology, and got the chance to work with a New York-based startup which was building this email product, collaboration product. So that was the before SMS Magic.
So you guys know each other from the college?
Yeah.
And you guys are college friends, as I can say, right?
Yeah.
So in summarized version, we can say that two college friends started this venture, and today you guys are here. Anything else, George, from you said? Any question?
No, at what point, every person who starts a business, right? They go through initial customers and success and failure. At what point, how long did it take you to go from initial starting point to when you're we're there, we made it? How long did that take, and what was the journey like?
Yeah. So an entrepreneur's journey, I call it in phases.
Yeah.
So the first phase is kind of prove to yourself that you can do something. Second phase is prove to your family that you can.
I guess the first would be like prove to your family.
That's the hardest part, I
That's
think.
the hardest one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that the second one. First, you need to prove yourself
Prove
that
yourself
you can do
first.
something. Second, you need to prove your family that doing something you like, you can still feed the family. The third thing is doing that, you can still do good for the world, have customers who like you. And then fourth is kind of scaling that and kind of make the world believe in you. So I think it took me a very long time to kind of convince my family, and my family was always supportive because probably I was a bachelor and kind of they were okay. Let the kid
At least do something.
do what he wants to do. So that was fine. But I think things clicked by time, and kind of sometimes age puts that pressure on you. You now have been too experimental. So I dabbled with a lot of startup ideas. So I was not very focused like Sandeep. I was kind of literally running multiple ideas, kind of trying to do different things. And kind of even when we started doing this, so we changed our business model 2 times, 3 times. So yeah, I was a maverick to start off. And then kind of business is for kind of fulfilling the needs and doing good to the world, fulfilling customers and all that. So yeah, for me it was a few years before I could kind of make it a business, I would say.
What do you think in your recent time, what would be the most challenging things you're facing right now?
So from a business point of view, I think it has been the COVID and the disruption COVID has caused. And I think the disruption in our business has been more internal, kind of connecting with employees, motivating them, getting them to kind of align with us, kind of retaining people. I think the market has been hot for us. But what we have seen in the last 1 year is that things are again changing, right? So people understand, people are becoming mature, we are getting more kind of support from the team. So yeah, the challenges kind of keep changing every year, I would say.
Right. Now the technologies are evolving very, very fast than before. Every time something new is coming, some new challenges are actually coming to the market, and it is very hard for adapting in the faster way. We know that like it's tech game, you have to be very fast, but now you have to be actually faster to adapt with the game.
You're a leader in the texting industry now. So in this space, there's a lot of changes in the U.S. market, especially regulations, try to prevent the spamming, right? Your SMS Magic is providing a great service for the businesses, communicating to the clients. So what are your thoughts in terms of what you're seeing in terms of regulations and how businesses should tackle the changing times?
I think the expert is Sandeep sitting with us.
Sure, Sandeep, if you can answer that.
Yeah, I think our technology is a quite kind of the very basic technology. It works on SMPP kind of the protocol. And I think easy to use, easy for people to adopt. So that's why it has grown very rapidly. The people are using it. People don't have to learn anything. They can just have a mobile phone and they start chatting. So what has happened recently is because of lots of spam, the phishing and everything which is growing on the messaging, it has causing lots of harm to the people, day-to-day guys, and who's texting you don't know because it comes from some number.
Right.
I think government is putting lots of kind of the, at least in US, in India also we see like lots of kind of regulation on this thing so that the good messaging should work out well, which is like helping people to get their kind of work done, get the help needed from the businesses, and right kind of businesses can connect to the right kind of customers. So with the right kind of regulation, I think it is going to grow in the right direction with a huge way to benefit the end users. And for end businesses, like businesses who wants to connect with customers in the right way, it is going to help tremendously because of the good regulations which are coming into picture. You will be spared from the spam, from the frauds, which I think it is a very norm currently. And we have seen this into our, some customers come on board and they do fraud, and we have to detect it and prevent them from doing the kind of the bad messaging.
So we are hearing from the industry, some companies reach out and say, hey, they're doing texting and their deliverability rate, some carriers are blocking some messages. So what would you say some of the ways companies can make sure texting are going through?
Yeah, one of the thing which new regulation which has come for the 10 DLC, where what you have to do is you have to get your brand registered with companies like SMS Magic with the government. We get businesses with their content, get them registered with their numbers, so that only kind of the good kind of the or validated content goes out to the customers, and they get a higher deliverability compared to the non-compliant messaging where your message is failed because carriers has very raw kind of the filtering earlier when it used to be, because they see some kind of pattern, they will just stop this. They assume that this is a spam, this is some kind of wrong thing which is happening. Because they are not too much of intelligence built into the carrier side. They are very bare minimum protocols which has come across, which has implemented for so many years. So they go with a very bare minimum of technology thing. So now this new kind of the setup which has come on board, it will be more enhanced kind of technology put in place to control the spam, the noise, and only the good things goes out, and you get more better deliverability.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. That makes sense.
Yeah, very good question, I will say. One question I will go with is like, the office is fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Color combination.
Thank
it is
you,
like
thank you.
puts lots of
Positive energy,
into
right.
the person who's in this space. So how did you come up with what is the?
I had no credit to it. My wife, she led that. The team here, everyone here contributed, and so it was totally internally designed and implemented, and so
everything was done from the scratch. Basically, all the design and everything, all of us did it. Even the person behind the camera, Gabriela, she was one of the also leads, also our CPO, his wife, and I was also part of it. We are like a family. We don't treat ourselves as an employee, So all of us, it just, we try to build a home where we are going to be coming pretty much every day. And we sometimes come even on the weekends as well to, enjoy time. Even sometimes I come over here to use the podcast. So we built it for ourselves basically, So we did it from the heart. That's why it always feels positive when we come here. One more question. How long we have been the partner? Since I've been working here for 6 months.
4+ years.
4+ years.
Yeah.
And my question would be to Nitin and Sandeep, anyone could answer. Where do you see ourselves in next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I think this is the first time we are visiting, and it was an accident, or I would say like how we arrived here today. And like the office, you said, definitely whenever I come here, I would like to drop here. The kind of energy this space and this you guys have.
Also, you see our kids everywhere and families here, so it feels like a home.
And I think what New York, whenever we come here, it is like such a diverse culture and the people together. You see everyone here, like any country, every country in the world. So same way I see in your office also, there is people from every kind of the part of the world and the background. So that something is very good. I think partnership, I think Nitin would. But I think overall working together, it looks like a great connect, because we also believe in a diverse culture, ideas coming by people with a different culture coming together, sharing their thoughts. Lots of new things come out of this.
True.
Because that's how the products are built, how the companies are built.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, there's good synergy.
I think you guys, what you do is unique, and I think George, you have a very forward-looking outlook to kind of a very mundane business. So like servicing and kind of implementation is a mundane business, but you are bringing more life to it with not just the office, but I think kind of offering and what you told us about how you are kind of serving your customers. We want to partner with the best. And I think you guys definitely are in that zone. So we look forward to kind of partnering with you to serve more customers together. I think your kind of presence and your kind of passion for servicing and our innovation with the product can do kind of a lot of customers very well. So I like the energy, like Sandeep said, and servicing business can be kind of very mundane. If you bring this energy to the customers,
So we are basically like focusing on messaging, especially conversational messaging, where we want to go deep.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to span, like right now we are doing texting, we are doing WhatsApp, we are doing Facebook, Instagram. We want to span across so that any consumer, a business, they are contacting each other, coming, they're crossing path on various platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So how to get these digital touch points converted into their long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So that is overall kind of the long-term vision we have. Now, what you guys bring to the table is deep legal expertise, the consulting expertise, the CRM expertise. Now, and like I said, like previous startup, it was like only one side we did, so that never gets successful unless business platforms and our kind of solution works together. Then only things will work together. I think we need a best of the both worlds.
Right,
I
right.
think.
You guys are like looking forward to use all the verticals possible, basically, like, not only just sticking to one legal platforms or real estate platform or medical platforms. You guys are trying to just build it to the all verticals possible. And we actually are we were doing all other platforms as the legal, the medical, but currently we are actually very big with the legal firm and Litify as one of our partners. So they are actually very big with the legal firm currently in the market with Salesforce, and as a partner with Litify and also a partner with you guys as well, I guess it would be a very great opportunity for both of us to build that relationship and have that bridge actually getting shorter and move there. So if you want to have
SMS Magic, like I think my first interaction with SMS Magic, I think 4 years ago, I think with the medical sector, with the MedNinja.
The MedNinja had it.
Our client MedNinja, and then so we did a lot of advanced customizations for MedNinja at that time, and so it kind of and other accounts too. The SMS Magic we have implemented in the past, and I think you're probably one of the first solutions where it was deeply embedded within Salesforce itself. Like there are other texting solutions, but you had the converse box where you can go to the contact or opportunity screen and you can have the text message directly on that record, right? I think there are a lot of solutions now available. I think you were one of the first ones that did that. And so our clients did find that very useful, especially companies in the medical sector. So at that time, and in real estate as well, real estate clients also like that functionality very much. So, and then I was wondering, so you mentioned WhatsApp. So is SMS Magic doing something with the WhatsApp down the road, or did you just mean this as a overall?
So even today we have so either they get WhatsApp as from the BSP, or right now WhatsApp has opened open API where you have a Facebook account. You can just enable your WhatsApp yourself. And what we do is we just plug your business Facebook account into our platform, and this WhatsApp comes into your Salesforce or Litify or whichever the platform which you are there, because SMS Magic has a deep connection or a well integrated model with the CRMs, whether it is a Salesforce, Litify, or many other CRMs.
Because can a business send a text like using SMS Magic platform, right? Can a business send messages directly into people's WhatsApp?
Yes.
So actually, we are rebranding as a company. So our kind of current application and the kind of current company positioning is doing SMS with CRM platforms. And we have done all those things you spoke about.
Yeah.
Now, what we are doing is we are graduating from that to being an omni-channel player, where we can power conversations across all these channels like your WhatsApp, your
Facebook, Instagram. They all use the same API, I believe, right?
The interesting part is all these platforms are very open and inbound. A text messaging is more outbound, like the business has a phone number and they'll message somebody. But you can kind of Google somebody's Instagram page and kind of send them a message, right? So that's when we become a lot more relevant to our businesses, because they start generating leads from these channels. These becomes public channels and people are looking for ways to message business. And anyway, the business likes it or not.
Right.
They are going to be messaged on Instagram. They are going to be messaged on their Facebook page. In fact, we see customers, they already have board line numbers. People are already texting and they don't have texting enabled on those board line numbers. And in future, you will have people messaging you on maybe your Instagram, your Facebook, and if a business doesn't reply, then it's a bad customer experience. So
Even
that's
even on the YouTube.
Even on the
People can
YouTube.
look,
I also get some automated messages from LinkedIn as well. Like there are a lot of people actually get me
Yes.
messages,
Yeah.
and you guys will be able to do that too, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
LinkedIn has a very open API, not an open API. It's open for partners, but yeah,
That can be done as well.
LinkedIn messages, typical LinkedIn to contact or kind of new invitation.
Right.
So what was
So for non-technical folks, if I wanted to just clarify, with a lot of business leaders, who want to understand the deep technical conversation we were doing. So if I wanted to just make it plain, so let's say if I'm a business owner, right, and I have my Salesforce set up where I can get all my messages coming in, right? Customers can contact me through texting, they can call, and our support folks can answer. So are you saying that, and I can reach out to the clients through texting or email, right? Now, let's say if I know a client's WhatsApp or I know their LinkedIn profile, in other words, can I configure SMS Magic so all the messaging from every Omni-channel will come into my Salesforce through SMS Magic?
Yes, exactly. What you just described, that should happen. But I think the next step of this is going to be create a next big problem for businesses, because there's so much of messages coming together into the one thing. So we have seen instances where like some customers who are using multiple channels. So the customers are crazy, right? Your customers, they want to just make sure they get what they want from you as a business.
Right.
So they will ask same question from the Facebook. They'll
Yes,
ask same
we
question
see
on
That's
WhatsApp.
gonna be very annoying to do so. Yeah.
So that's problem we are trying to solve. Like how to make sure like the agents, we make it transparent for agents. Like, okay, this person has trying to reach out to you, multiple channels, and we are able to make sure like you are able to answer your customers without getting bombarded as an agent, because anyway your agents are also humans, right? How much they can handle. So that's noise we are trying to, and that's something we are trying to work, like how to solve that problem and make sure you it's noiseless. Or
Absolutely, it is about being personable. The brand and all these companies have to be personable, but they also have to cut the noise, be relevant, be transactional, because their premium customers will also knock the doors.
True.
As well as spammers will also message
Not
them.
to get bombarded with the messages. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is a chance of getting blocked as well. So which
Absolutely.
which will create another problem.
You have bots. You have, of course, every business has real customers, but they also have bots,
Right.
and they also have competitors, and they have tire kickers, like they call
All
it.
these, yeah.
So that's when a business needs all those technologies of kind of chatbots, understanding the sentiment, intents, and that's where all the new age AI technologies that you were talking about, Tehseen,
Right.
we are a business first company, so we are looking at problem and then a solution.
Right.
Unfortunately, we are not that company where we start building something on ChatGPT, but
Right.
we are trying
Not
to solve our
possible. Yeah.
customers' problems. Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it.
Right.
Solving business problems, right? That's what we all should be focused on. So like if a current SMS Magic customer, they come and they say they want to also add WhatsApp and other channels, is that currently possible, or is that something in the future they can do it? Is it part of the same plan, or can you talk a little bit more, because I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions on this.
yeah, I think currently, we have launched WhatsApp almost 1.5 years back, or maybe 2 years, where at the time it was more of a all the setup used to be done by us, where we configure your WhatsApp, we get you on the WhatsApp, and the whole messaging comes into Salesforce, and whole two-way messaging, campaigns, and conversations can happen on Salesforce with WhatsApp and Facebook as well, both together. And we are additionally adding up the web as a channel, where you can also have a chat, SMS Magic chat widgets. So these 4 things comes into your Salesforce, and you can transparently talk with your customers. So someone comes on your web channel, you ask him, okay, let's go to the WhatsApp, and it comes into the same kind of space as a conversation. So you are able to switch the channels, get them, and interact with them as a business. And now with the WhatsApp's open API, customers can bring their own WhatsApp channel, and we just plug into our system.
Oh, and is that additional cost or is that in the standard pricing?
Yeah, it is standard pricing, which we have published almost 1.5 year back, and I think, but definitely it is going to, like, it needs some kind of expertise to handle
Sure.
this from the
Right,
business side, because more
Right.
messaging
Yes.
and more kind of the things to handle.
That
yeah.
leads me to my next question is, we have some clients that are using the Salesforce Service Cloud, right? With case system and knowledge base. And like clients that are handling the actual B2C, in the B2C businesses.
It's a contact center.
Yeah. So those cases that are coming in, they'll typically respond by emails. So have you seen any progress in terms of responding to a case through texting and other omni-channel? Because a lot of the case systems still are email based, or someone putting a message on the chat window on the website, right? Are you seeing any changes in that landscape?
Big. I think one of our team members says that email is dying, especially with consumers. So all these B2C businesses, like you talk about doctor-patient healthcare system, you talk about attorneys and like your clients, right?
Yeah.
They have all these worker compensations, individual who are trying to claim kind of something from the insurance. So they would never email. They would always text message.
Yeah.
So there are some industries where email is still happening. But in the consumer space, we are seeing that being overtaken by
With SMS.
by calling, by text messaging, by kind of other support systems, by Facebook and all these things. So we are seeing a big change in the channel. People don't want to be on the traditional channel. They want to be where they are. So as a consumer, if I use SMS, I will keep using SMS for my business. So from where we come from in India, WhatsApp is big. So I have all my service providers on WhatsApp. I have my insurance agent, I have my real estate person, I have all my doctors on my WhatsApp. But yeah, I'm very careful when I message them. Of course. But that's how kind of we do. So I think everybody is doing the same. In the US, we see primary channels as Snapchat and now text messaging. And I think the next one is Instagram. So that's where every business has to be.
And is SMS Magic going to be integrated with the Instagram as well?
Yeah,
we're just technically it is available. We just, if anyone wants to have it, we can do a.
And activate
It's
that.
in the beta process still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Beta means it is not a technically beta because it is very well known system and it works. It's just like you need to provide us our credentials connected
and stuff.
then,
Okay.
like that.
Only the business accounts maybe
Yeah.
you guys are
Yes.
able to do it. Okay.
Perfect.
It's understandable.
And are you seeing a lot of integrations with Salesforce Service Cloud then now?
absolutely. I think Salesforce Service Cloud is a massive business, and they have to cater to all these channels to be relevant to the market. And I think they are very proactive. The Salesforce team themselves are very proactive. The implementation partners are proactive. Yeah, so we are seeing a lot of awareness of multi-channel, omni-channel, and kind of Salesforce gives space. They compete as well as they give space.
Right.
Yeah, there is a lot of activity in terms of omni-channel and Service Cloud.
So traditionally, web chat has been always your core part of your websites. Almost everyone has one or another, and there are 100 or more players who are providing the web chat. And so one of the things which has happened last decade is CRM has grown very rapidly, where people adopting the CRMs and everything. But these all chat widgets has been remained behind. So what they do, they get contacts, the chat happens, but it is not going into the CRM seamlessly. That is one gap which we see in the industry. Second is people are the web chat channel is anonymous. So you have to ask him who are you?
Right.
And whatever the information they give, you don't know whether that person is really
Giving the right information.
or not. And many cases, when the customer is, and many times what happens is this web chat are not integrated into the core systems. They get lost. People have that unsatisfiable experience where they are not able to cater the business as a business. Right. So what our chat widget, or what we call as internally, we are calling it embedded messaging. So this embedded messaging is integrated in the Salesforce or any other CRMs which we are supporting, It has a web chat widget. In the same widget, you can do SMS. You can go WhatsApp. So it gives end user to either stay on web chat or go on to the SMS or WhatsApp or Instagram. So they can choose the channel where they want to interact with business from the same widget, which are not there. And additionally,
one more question:
yeah.
Is there any way you can select texting and one of the Omni social media platforms, for example, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn?
It's configurable
together
from our side. They can do any combination which are the business prefers.
And they can send multi-text in both, text and social media platform as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
So just to simplify, let's say I'm the end user and I go to my credit card company website.
Yeah.
I have this widget on the side and I can select, okay, if I want to send a message through standard chat or through my phone number or through Facebook or WhatsApp, how will you make sure that's the authenticate? Like if I want to use WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or some other method that you support on that widget, is it that they have to somehow authenticate, right?
So basically, typically the idea is like if you see the trends, like I think it would be like more than 60% audience will be using your websites from the phone. Now, naturally, every phone has a text interface. Every phone has almost a WhatsApp or Facebook.
Right.
So when the user clicks on that interface, they will be taken to their application. It opens and it is automatically authenticated.
Okay, makes sense.
And what additional part of this solution? It is just not just first interface where you are starting. So we will be providing the chatbot, which is like a FAQ chatbot, so that customers' common question can be answered. Second is there will be what we call as guided conversations, where you define like what customers ask. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and then you guide them through the journey. After that, if the customer still doesn't get answer, then there's an option to hand over to the live agent.
Sure. So you'll build in some intelligence and and maybe that's a good area to use AI down the road.
Yeah. So idea is like to cover that last end-to-end kind of the interaction between the business and the consumer.
Perfect. Sounds like it's there's a lot
It's an amazing
of new
tool.
amazing stuff coming up, and I think some came out, and even partners like us. I mean, I'm sure my team knows, but I wasn't aware of the WhatsApp integration. So that's amazing. Any advice you have for partners like us? Self implementation firms like us. You're working with many partners, and so do you have any advice for us on what we should focus on in the next 1 year for our growth?
I think you already have a very forward-looking outlook. Only thing I would add is build capabilities. I think in today's world, like you spoke about managed services, you spoke about building industry capabilities, you spoke about going deep into some industries, customer segments. All that is kind of what the new age customer wants to know. Because there are so many products, there are so many vanilla service providers, vanilla services company. Like you can hire somebody in $20 an hour, you can hire somebody in $400 per hour. So how does a client differentiate? I think the differentiation is when they look at your capabilities. And that capability is not just the Rolodex of customers, but that capability is your understanding of the industry, your understanding of what problems can come there, and just your processes, which are, I think, tuned to kind of things, tuned to different customer and industry segments. And I see that even very large services companies doing that. They are building practices, right? They have a practice for Salesforce, they have a practice for SAP. So I think you guys are forward looking. You have the right ideas, so like if you execute hard on them, I'm sure you're going to scale.
Awesome.
Thank you. Any last question or any?
Do you have any questions for us?
No, I think it's been great. You guys are.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was really curious, like about the name which you have, Micronet.
Sure.
PD. What is it? How it has come out, and
Sure.
what is the inspiration? How did you get to this? How do you build a business? It was like really interesting and inspiring. Even how you have built your company.
Absolutely. So when I was I managed Salesforce sales operations at a couple of companies in the past. One of them, Bill Trust, where I worked a long time, and I was heavily influenced by my old CEO there, Flint Lane. So he used to always say, had a phrase like, what business problem are we trying to solve, right? So always like kind of drilled it into us who were long term at that company that anything we do has to do with solving a business problem. So when we started the company, our goal was to solve business problems, like developing the business, right? So that's where the business development phrase came out. Like our motto is we develop your business. So we through the Salesforce and
DocuSign.
the entire process, right? You can take a business and multiply the revenue. Like in many companies that we went, they increased revenue 500,000% or more, right? So all these things that we do, it makes real difference out there. So that's where we initially focused on small businesses. So we developed your business. Obviously now we're handling, multi-billion-dollar companies, etc. But initially we started small, obviously. So it's that's where the phrase came from, business development. Also, my parents are originally from Bangladesh, so there's some influence to it, but it came mostly from the business development mentality. And a lot of people ask, is this because your parents are from Bangladesh? I'm like, no, it came from my influence from Bill Trust with the business development, because Flint really drilled it into us. Like anything we do, he would ask before approving anything, he would say, what business problem are you trying to solve? Like I never forgot that. So that's been
And what's
in
the
me.
Micronet?
So basically, to summarize, we know that there are two kind of businesses, micro and macro. So when he started, he wanted to actually develop the micro businesses, because he didn't know that he's going to go that big,
Right.
So his initial idea was actually building micro businesses, and by building micro businesses, what he thought that all the traditional businesses, all the businesses that is actually running manually, he wants to bring them to the internet. So from there, Micronet. So bringing the micro businesses to internet by building their CRM tool, Micronetbd business development. So this is a very complex kind of knowledge that he had come up with. But basically, to summarize, building micro businesses by bringing them to internet and building their CRM. That's where Micronetbd comes up.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's quite a story.
Quite a story, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we are actually building macro businesses. So I guess we need to change our name. Same as you, we have to have another entity saying Micronetbd, because we are having a lot of multi-billion-dollar companies as well coming to us and building their CRM tools with Salesforce and all other platforms that we are working with. But you guys are coming up with a lot of great plans ahead, and we are really looking forward to it, and we are really actually going to enjoy using those things, and also we'll help our clients using those tools from you guys. And any last words from George, your side?
No, we appreciate you coming and visiting us at our office. It's always good to put a face to a name, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, George. Thank you for the hospitality and putting us on the show. I hope this is something useful for the viewers and audience. And thank
100%.
Thank you for the tea.
And also, this is not the ending. This is just the beginning, and we are going to be actually talking way more. And also, we are looking forward to your next venture that you are coming up with. Thanks a lot, and we are signing out.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.